Hello and welcome back. If you've been here before, if you're new here, my name is Hannah and I'm a travel and nature photographer. Today, I wanted to share my very first experience photographing short-eared owls, also known as shorties. Let's head to the field. Greetings. So I drove about 2 hours to photograph short-eared owls. I have photographed barred owls here in Washington and pygmy owls in Wyoming and Montana. I've never photographed shorties, so I'm pretty excited. This area of Washington, they typically hang out in, and there were reports of the shorties here like 2-ish days ago. So we'll see. I mean, the thing with wildlife is you really never know what you're gonna get. I could show up to this area and there could be just ducks, which in the field behind me, there are many, many ducks. So I saw a bald eagle. Maybe that's some good luck. I'm not sure, but I'm gonna head out there, see what we see, and hopefully get some shorties. Look at this view. How? 65-point turn. Hello?
Hey, is everything okay?
Yeah, why?
You called?
No. Oh no, I'm all good. I am getting there. I'm filming for YouTube, so say hi to the
Oh, nice.
to the subs.
Subs. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. Support your girl.
When I made it to the general area that the short-eared owls were in, the first bird I spotted was not a shortie, but a bald eagle. Actually, several of them. Growing up, I remember it being a rarity to even see a bald eagle soaring overhead, but today it happens more often than not. And that has a lot to do with its previous protections under the Endangered Species Act. Even though they were delisted in 2007, they still have protections today. Bald eagles are most widespread during winter and are found along coasts, rivers, and lakes, often hunting, sometimes even cooperatively for fish or rodents, and sometimes even other birds. While I didn't watch these eagles hunt, they were most definitely feeding on something. To me, it looked like it might have been some sort of waterfowl. So really quick, I wanted to share an honest moment of contemplation with you. As I was reviewing this footage, I became increasingly confused by these two, what I had identified as juvenile bald eagles. Now you can see them here beside these two adult bald eagles, and what was throwing me off the most was size and plumage. So the size of these juvenile bald eagles was not something I necessarily expected, and then pairing that with the plumage, which definitely looked similar to that of a golden eagle, I just found myself questioning whether or not my identification of these birds as juvenile bald eagles was even right. So I ended up chatting with my friend Nate of Transcendent Wildlife, who is a far better birder and bird identifier than I am. And he reassured me things I already knew when it came to identifying golden eagles, but I think I was just overanalyzing my footage. You know what I mean? As the sun began to inch closer to the horizon, I made my way over to the short-eared owls. I immediately spotted a few different blue heron. Despite their size, they only weigh 5 to 6 pounds, and this is in part to their hollow bones. Blue herons are quite common here in Washington, especially near swamps, ponds, and along the coast. So should you ever visit, be sure to keep an eye out for them. They're such beautiful birds. Then I noticed a bird soaring high overhead. Based on its distinctive look, slim, long tail, white rump, V-shaped wings, and an owlish shaped head, I knew it was a northern harrier. Most often spotted in open grasslands, marshes, or fields, this was the perfect habitat for them. It soared just above the tall grass as it hunted for small prey like voles, though they are capable of taking down larger prey like rabbits too. Moments later, another bird joined. It was the short-eared owl, the very bird I came here to see. The owl landed in the field quite far off at first, but eventually began hunting a little closer. The tall grass made it particularly hard to track the owl in flight. But honestly, I quite like how some of this footage turned out. It makes you pay attention a little more closely to try and figure out what exactly is going to come into focus. So that was a happy little accident. With the golden light spilling over the landscape, the owl landed, perfectly perched on a fence pole. It was scanning the landscape and then turned its attention down. I thought it was keyed in on prey, but it was simply discharging an owl pellet. After, it sat perched for a couple of minutes and I snapped some of the best photos of the evening. I love the soft spill of light from the right of the frame and the overall tonality of this setting, a subtle mix of gold and blue. Dawn and dusk are the best times to spot short-eared owls, particularly in the winter. You'll mostly find them in open fields and grasslands just like this, flying in circular routes when hunting. These are some of the hardest photos I have ever taken simply because of how fast and agile the short-eared owls are in the air. And once more, the owl landed in the field. It sat there for a few moments before flying up to the power lines, where it sat perched in the last light of the day. The light changes so quickly this time of year, so I was very grateful for those last few moments as it sat just where the light was reaching. I had the best time photographing shorties for the first time. I learned a lot about their behavior and their habitat and just optimal photography and video settings. Things I thought I knew, but somehow totally change when it comes to wildlife photography in many ways. And I think that's why I love wildlife photography so much. It's very much this thing of throwing spaghetti on the wall and seeing what sticks. And that said, I'm very much looking forward to photographing shorties and other birds of prey again soon. So thanks for joining me on this one, and I will catch you next time.